Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So, I think right off the bat we're gonna notice something, aren't we? I dyed my hair. It's actually hard to see and I can't make my lights quite reflect it right, but it's actually red. It's a really dark red right now with the knowledge that it's going to be lightening as it fades. So eventually it's going to be kind of a mid-tone-ish red color. Right now it's kind of a darker red, like a very dark browny red. My roots had just come in so far that I decided to go ahead and change it all together because I didn't want to bleach my hair again. So I'm a redhead temporarily. I'll post, there'll be an Instagram or something. I don't know. But anywho, that's not what this video is about, is it? No, it is not. So today I am talking to you all about the makeup that I packed when I went away for the weekend. So I recently spent the weekend at my parents' house and I had to bring makeup with me because I had some things that I was going to that I had to have makeup with me because it wasn't like just chillaxing vacation at my parents' house situation. So I thought I'd show you guys what I packed. So we're gonna dig into my travel case. Now, this is a travel case that I got in a FabFitFun box months and months and months ago. This has actually got two different sections to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the top section and show you guys what it's like in there and then get to the bottom section here. So there's the top, the bottom. There's actually, it's a little hard to see from when it's far away, but there's actually two sets of zippers here to separate them. So let's go ahead and open the top one. Things might spill out when I do this, I'm afraid. Why is it stuck? Oh, it's stuck on a brush. Oh god. So in the top section, I tend to keep brushes, strictly brushes and nothing else. So right now in here, I have all the brushes, and then actually in here, I'm gonna set this down now and pull it out in a second. But I just want to show you guys how this is. There are actual holders in here, so I put the big brushes in the actual holders, and then I put the eye brushes loose in here. In the little zipper section is my Vermona color swatch that I use to clean off my brushes. That way when I'm traveling I don't have to worry about packing enough brushes. I can clean them off using this, which this needs to be cleaned. And then in terms of brushes, I brought the following eye brushes. I bring a lot of eye brushes, not a lot of face brushes, but I brought a crap ton of eye ones. So I have here from Royal and Langnickel a detail brush. Then I have, let's go by brand. So I have from Morphe my E27 brush, my M502 brush, my R41 brush, which is a little detail shader brush, my M433, and my E22, which is a little bit of a more dense crease brush. And then I have three brushes from Sigma. I have my Sigma E56 brush, which is a shader brush, my very dirty E25 brush, and then my E55 brush, which is just a general shader brush. You know what I noticed sitting here looking at me? I never realized just how pale I am until my hair is dark all over again, because I've been blonde for so long. My paleness is now throwing me off more than it normally does, just as an FYI. In terms of my tiny detail brushes for my face, I brought my Real Technique setting brush. This is one of my Holy Grail brushes. I did do a video back in, what was that, June? I think it was June I did it, where I went over all my Holy Grail makeup brushes, like a giant amount of makeup brushes. But these are kind of the ones I tend to travel with, just FYI. But this was in there. I love this brush. I've had this for years too, and it's held up really well. Real Techniques brushes are actually very good quality. My highlighter brush that I brought with is the Milani All Over Blending Brush. It's meant to be like a blush, bronzer, contour, highlight, like blending brush, or maybe it's actually supposed to be an eye blender. I don't think so because it is the size of my eye, but I use this for highlight because it's really nice. It just creates such a nice distribution of the product on my cheek, and I love it for that. Sorry guys, I keep playing with my hair. It's gonna happen now that I've got new hair. That's just how it goes. I did bring one foundation brush, so I brought my IT Cosmetics Love is the foundation brush. I recently got this. I had the old one, the one that originally came out where it didn't have this kind of handle to it, and I lost it. I lost it in my move, I think, to my first apartment. So I decided to repurchase a new one. This is so soft And it's really like, it's a good density. It's dense enough, but not overly dense that it doesn't just, you know, like not move. The brush still has a lot of movement to it, which is why I like it. I also brought my Too Faced Mr. Right brush. This is my all over face powder brush, whether it's dusting under eye bake away or setting my entire face. This is kind of the one that I go to. And then I only brought a blush and bronzer brush. I brought my Real Techniques, what number are you? This is the Crush brush or whatever in number 300 is what this one's called. This is giant, perfect for bronzer. I'm not wearing bronzer today, but that is what I use this for. Sometimes I'll use these as powder brushes, but this one's just, it's become my bronzer brush, and it's really fluffy, and I love this brush. It's super soft too. Like I said, Real Techniques, guys. I feel like they were really popular and then they kind of fell by the wayside. They're great brushes. And then for my blush brush, just because this is what I've been using lately, and I did mention this in my August and September favorites, which I will right up here for you guys if you didn't see that video. This is the Aesthetica P12 brush. This is, whoop, caught it. This is what I use for blush, and it's just, since it's got a lot of movement to it, it really, I don't want to say dilutes the product, but it keeps it from going out in a huge swipe of color that you then have to spend forever blending out, because this is such a simply moving brush. It's not too stiff, it's not too dense, it's the perfect amount of movement and density for me for blush, which is why I use it for that. Now that we've done the top section, we are going to go ahead and go into the bottom section, and I'm going to do this very, very carefully because this could all spill out. But this is kind of how the, oh gosh, this is kind of how the inside of it looks right now. So let's go ahead and start pulling things out, shall we? Because I'm going to pull things out, and then when this video is over, I'm going to put it all away and clean up this desk because I haven't been here in 4 days, so I haven't cleaned anything. It needs to be cleaned. Anywho, continuing on. First thing in here is my MAC, oh my Jesus, I'm throwing everything. The first thing I have in here is my MAC Fix Plus. I bring this for the dual use of wetting eyeshadows, and also to set my face. I had a function that I was actually outside at on Friday night, and Friday night here in Chicago, it was like 30 degrees outside, and the wind was like going really hardcore, and I needed my makeup to stay on. And actually, I had put my makeup on that morning at around 9 a.m. and this event started at 7 p.m. I went through a whole work day with it on. I never touched it up before I went to the only thing I touched up was my lipstick. But MAC Fix Plus, man, there's a reason why it's a classic, you know? The beauty blender I brought with was the Sapphire one. I really like this beauty blender. It's a good density for me. I feel like the Joy Beauty Blender, that's one that's like yellow or orangey colored, right? That one is too squishy and too porous. I really like the Pro, which is the black, or this guy. The pink one's okay. But I'm not a big fan of the color pink in general, so yeah. Let's do mascara next, because two of them are on top. I brought my Tarte Opening Act Primer because I tend to always put a mascara primer under because I don't like my lashes. My lashes are awful. And then I brought two mascaras. I brought my Benefit Roller Lash, which this is usually my go-to day-to-day, and I didn't actually end up using this. I didn't need to bring it because I have been thoroughly obsessed with this mascara. Oh my gosh. This is the Hourglass Caution Extreme Lash Mascara. This is a wonderful mascara. I can't say more than enough good things about it. If you haven't tried it, go try it. The Benefit one's also fantastic. Go try it. If you've never tried a mascara primer, I really do recommend the Tarte one. I would also look into the Dior one. I love that one. I just don't have it right now because I used mine up. It was in my empties recently, which... In terms of brow products, brought my ABH Clear Brow Gel to set my brows, and I was strictly using the soft brown pencil. Now here's my problem. I've dyed my hair. This pencil no longer matches. I need to go get the Auburn pencil and the Auburn tinted gel, I think, or maybe just the tinted gel, I'm not sure, because now my eyebrows look very ashy next to the red in my hair. So you can kind of see in the back when the orange is hitting, it's red. It looks really dark brown right now on camera, but it is actually red. But yeah, I have to resort out my brow pencils because all my brow pencils are taupe. And I don't have ashy blonde hair anymore. when my roots grow back in, that'll be something to revisit. So I'll probably still save them, but I need auburn or red right now. I brought 2 concealers. First one's Tarte Shape Tape. I really only use this to prime my eyes. That's why I bring it. My actual concealer was the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Chantilly. This is also the concealer I have on today, but this is just a staple, and I'm trying to use him up because I'm actually starting to run out of product in here. Every time I dip this in here, I'm having to scrape the entire, like, look at that, just now pulling it out, I had to scrape the entire edge of the case there. You see the divots? That's from me. I'm starting to run out of product in here, trying to use him up, so I've been bringing and using him a lot lately. I also brought 2 foundations, both pretty full coverage. I'm not quite sure why. The first one is my Tarte Amazonian Clay Foundation in Fair Beige. I love this. This is the one I was wearing on Friday, and this is one that held up. It does say 12-hour wear on the back. I wore this from 9 a.m. to midnight, and it stayed on. Nothing moved, nothing budged. It was perfect. If you haven't tried this foundation, go try this foundation. The other one I brought was the Cover FX Power Play Foundation in P10. This was my winner of my Foundation Frenzy series that I did a couple months back. If you guys didn't check out that series, I'll link it up here for you. But I love this foundation. It's what I'm wearing today. So, woohoo! I only brought 1 setting powder with me. Today I'm using 2 different powders, but I brought with me the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I love this powder. It gives such a warm, soft glow. Warm, soft glow. Yes, it gives a soft glow that adds a warmth to my face. It doesn't make me look dead. Does that make sense? The glow adds to my skin and doesn't make me look like a dead pale person. But yeah, there's that. For bronzer, I brought with me the Bare Minerals Invisible Bronzer in Fair to Light. This has definitely become a new staple for me. I don't know why. Out of nowhere, I just started reaching for this bronzer all the time, and I really don't know why, because I've got a whole bunch of them here. It's not even the one on my dresser for me to be reaching for. It just happens to be what I picked. I don't know why, guys. I'm sorry. Also, I apologize if you can hear that in the background. My fridge is making weird noises. I have to have my apartment complex come and look at it this week. But I was gone, so I didn't know it was making that noise. The other thing I have here is my Clinique Cheek Pop in Nude Pop, which is the blush I'm wearing today. This is what I brought with me. I wanted something very subtle, very natural. Nothing too colorful or crazy, so I would balance well with the bronzer as well as with the highlights that I brought. Because yes, I brought 2 highlights, even though I only brought 1 blush and 1 bronzer. The highlights I brought were the NARS highlighter in Capri, which is my highlighter today. This is such a beautiful pinky pale highlight. I've raved enough about these. They're my top highlighter, my top 5. You guys know the drill. The other one was my original OG highlighter, and this is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. I love this color. I'd never really gotten to Opal like everyone else, but I did get into Moonstone, and this one is just gorgeous. It's beautiful. Let's go over lip colors, and then I will finish off with the palettes I brought with. So the 2 lip colors I brought, I do have a whole crap ton in my purse. So I brought ones that weren't nudes because the ones in my purse are nudes and these are not. So the first one I brought was the Dose of Colors Desi X Katy A Mauve Story liquid lipstick. This one, because I didn't use it in the tutorial, I felt like I should bring it with me and try it out. And it's beautiful, to say the least. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous lipstick color. I have nothing but great things to say about the shade and the formula. The other one I brought is the one that I was wearing in my orange grunge tutorial that I posted. Was that last week? Yeah, it had to have been. My ABH Subculture it went up last week, yeah. So this is the Kathleen Lights and ColourPop Ultra Satin Lip in 0.0. I brought this with me. It's been my dark lipstick of choice lately. I think it's a great formula. I love the satin liquid lipsticks from ColourPop. They're fantastic, guys. They are such a comfortable formula. I highly recommend them if you haven't tried them out yet. And last, but certainly not least, I have the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette. This is always my go-to. This I actually didn't use, though. I know. I brought it just so I would have it with me, but I didn't use it. I could have left it at home. Instead, the two that I used were the Dominique Cosmetics Latte palette, which is like my go-to fall palette. It's a great palette, you guys. If you haven't tried this, if you haven't seen my pumpkin spice tutorial, this is a great palette, and I think everyone should give it a shot if you haven't already. I think the pigmentation is great. The pan size is extremely generous in here. The other palette I brought is the one that I have on my eyes today, and I'll have a tutorial on this look coming for you guys tomorrow. I did film it, but I was using the Dose of Colors Desi x Katy Friendcation palette. I'm just wearing a couple of the pinky tone shades in here with the shade Just a Kiss on top. This is legitimately my new favorite. I have dug into this so hardcore now. Look at this. There's a huge divot here in the middle. I love this shade. I don't know how they created this, but it's my new favorite thing in the world. It's like the perfect thing to top off any eye look, you know what I mean? Hey guys, so that was everything that I packed with me for my weekend away from home. If you guys enjoy kind of seeing these what's in my bag sort of videos, tell me and I'll actually do one for my purse. I feel like nobody does that anymore. That's very old school YouTube, but if you guys are interested, I will totally do a what's in my purse video. I used to find them fascinating to see the kind of stuff that people kept in their bags. But yeah, that is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, give this video a thumbs up if you like seeing the makeup I've been using and bringing with me, and tell me down below the hair color you've always wanted. Tell me down below, because I'm someone who I always want a different hair color. It changes every week. Usually it's blonde, and it's been a very long time since I've had dark hair. I think high school, maybe middle school, since my hair was dark. And my hair's not naturally this dark. My hair is, you know, like my eyebrow color. It's like a brownish, ashy color. So it's kind of fun to have the warm red tones in my hair right now. I wish they showed up better on camera, guys, but there's only so much I can do with the lighting in my apartment. There you go. You can kind of see the red running through it here. Do you see it? Is the light finally catching it? There you go. See how it's red? That's kind of the color that my hair is. It's just, again, the lighting in here is not the best. But tell me the hair color you always wanted down below, because I think hair color is such a fun thing to get to change up or wear a wig for one day. And that is everything. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!